Hey everyone, it's Veronica from Blue Star Crochet. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm so excited to share a super fun and beginner friendly project with you. We're going to crochet this beautiful lace beach cover up. It's perfect for summer, lightweight, breezy and stylish, and the best part, you can customize it to any size and color you like. In this tutorial I'll walk you through everything step by step, from choosing the right yarn and hook to create the lace pattern and assembling your cover up. So let's dive in. And here are the materials that we will need to complete our beach cover up. Firstly, I'm going to be using this beautiful yarn. This is King Cole Giza Cotton 4-ply. This is a fingering weight 100% mercerized Egyptian cotton. So it's super easy to work with. It's got this lovely sheen to it, and it creates a beautifully neat fabric with a beautiful stitch definition. So this is 175 yards or 158 meters per 50-gram ball. Okay, so as I said, it's a fingering weight cotton yarn, really lovely to work with. And I'm going to be using the color powder, or in numbers it's 4841 color powder, but there are many colors to choose from. They also do a beautiful sorbet variety of this yarn, which is a variegated version of this yarn. Exactly the same yarn, just variegated colors. So do check out that one as well. For exact quantities needed for your beach cover up, please refer to the written pattern on my blog or in the PDF in my shops on Etsy and Ravelry. For hook sizes, I'm going to be using a 4.5mm crochet hook to complete the beach cover up. And then obviously we've got some other essentials like measuring tape. I've got some scissors, I've got a stitch marker if you like using stitch markers to keep your progress, and then I've got some yarn needles. Just wanted to show you these. I got these off Amazon and they are really great because they have got a really sharp point to sew your ends in. If you sew your ends in using the cotton yarn with a blunt needle, that you kind of go in between the strands of yarn, your end is very likely going to come apart. But with the great thing with the sharp needle is that you can actually go through the strands, which means that they will grip a bit better and the possibility of them coming out is much lower. So I will link these needles in the description for this video because I spent quite a long time looking for sharp needles that have got a big enough eye to be used for yarn. Okay, all the sharp needles that I found before, they seem to have really tiny eyes, but these have got nice large eyes there to use them for sewing in yarn ends on your projects. Okay, they also come in this beautiful wooden case. So that's the materials that I'm going to be using to complete the beach cover up. And next step is to walk you through the process of crocheting the stitch pattern. I'm going to be working on a smaller size, which is going to double up as your gauge swatch. So I'm going to walk you through the stitch pattern step by step, and then we're going to work up our fabric and finish it off into a beach cover up. To start on our gauge swatch, we're going to start with a slip knot. So I'm going to create a loop that I'm going to put around my fingers and twist the two ends, grab the tail end and pull through. Okay, this is our adjustable slip knot, which I'm going to pop onto my hook and tighten it down. And to start working on our stitch pattern, which is going to double up as your gauge swatch, we're going to chain 36. Okay, so yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Okay, so that's the chain stitches, and altogether we will need 36 chain stitches, which is going to be enough for the pattern repeat and the edges. Okay, I have 36 chain stitches done, and what I'm going to do now is chain one extra stitch and just tighten it down. This helps this first chain stitch to stay the same size and not get too tight. And the first stitch I'm going to start with is standing double crochet. So extend your loop, Place your finger onto that loop and hold it there the whole time. Twist it around towards yourself and then back away from yourself, which creates 2 loops on a hook. Then I'm going to insert my hook into the first chain from my hook, yarn over and pull through. Now I've got 3 loops on a hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So this is our first standing double crochet that replaces a 3 chain. And now for the first row simply, I'm going to place 1 double crochet into each stitch across. So row 1 is really simple, just double crochet all the way across, and just in case, we've got yarn over, insert your hook into the chain stitch, yarn over and pull through. I've got 3 loops on a hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2 to complete a double crochet. Okay, so go ahead and work 1 double crochet into each chain across, and I will meet you back for row number 2. And here we have row number 1 completed. So I've got 36 double crochet stitches. You can look up in a written pattern the number of stitches you need for your chosen beach cover up size, but if you wanted to adjust the size, the multiple is multiple of 15 plus 7. Okay, so for row number 2 we are gonna turn our work, and this is when we're going to start on the stitch pattern. Okay, so again I'm going to start with a standing double crochet as for row 1. So standing double crochet in the first stitch, and then I'm going to work 1 double crochet in next, a double crochet in next one, and 1 more double crochet in next. Okay, so we've got 4 double crochets on the edge. Now what we're going to do is chain 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to skip the next stitch and I'm going to work 1 single crochet in each of the next 11 stitches. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 10 and 11. Okay, so I've got 11 single crochets like this. Now what we're going to do is chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. I'm going to skip 4 stitches and I'm going to work another 11 single crochet. Here we go, so that's 11 single crochet on the on the other side. Now we're going to chain 3. I'm going to miss the next stitch, which leaves me with last 4 stitches, and to mirror the beginning I'm going to work 1 double crochet into each stitch to the end. Like this. Okay, so this is where we are after row number 2. So for this gauge swatch, what we're going to create is on each side we will create half of that ripple shape, and then in the middle we're going to create a whole ripple shape repeat. And all you got to do for your beach cover up is just start with the edge, then repeat the middle motif, and then finish off with the other half on the other edge. Okay, row 3 we are gonna turn our work again, And we are gonna start with a standing treble crochet, okay? So I'm gonna extend my loop a bit more. Place your finger on the top and go around your hook twice. Now insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull through. And as you can see, I've got 4 loops on my hook. Then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So that's our standing treble crochet. And now I'm going to work 1 treble crochet into each of these 3 stitches. So that's yarn over twice, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. Okay, so that's the second one. And we're going to do it 2 more times to work across this edge like this. There we go. Okay, so that's the 4 treble crochets at the beginning. And now what we're going to do is chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to work into this first chain 3 space that we created in previous row. And what we're going to work is double crochet all in that 3 chain space, double crochet, chain 1, another double crochet, chain 1, and 1 more double crochet into that, all in that 3 chain space. So this is like a half of the ripple stitch repeat. Okay, now what we're gonna do is chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now we're going to concentrate on these 11 single crochet stitches that we've got, and we're going to skip 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and into the next one I'm going to work 1 V-stitch. So that's double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet into the same stitch like this. Okay, so that's the V-stitch. And now I'm going to chain 5 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and skip the other 5 single crochets, which brings us onto this 6 chain space, and into that space we're going to start the base of that motif repeat. So that's double crochet. This is all going to be worked in that chain 6 space, chain 1, another double crochet, chain 1, another double crochet. Now we're going to chain 3, so this is the peak of that repeat, and again double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and 1 more double crochet. Okay, so this is the first kind of the middle ripple repeat. Okay, and now we're going to basically mirror what we already worked on the other side. So I'm going to chain 5, I'm going to skip 5 single crochets, and into the next one place the V-stitch. So that's double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet. Again, chain 5, skip the other 5 single crochets, and we're going to concentrate on this 3 chain space, and we're going to work double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet. Then we're going to chain 3, we're going to work across these last 4 double crochets, and we're going to work 1 treble crochet into each stitch to end. And here we go. So that's row number 3 completed. Now it does look a little bit messy at the moment because it does need it will need blocking out, okay, but don't worry about that for now. We're gonna move on and we're gonna start on row number 4, okay. So for row number 4, we're gonna turn and we're gonna start with standing double crochet like this, and then 1 double crochet into each of the next 3 double crochets like that. That brings us onto that 3 chain space, and what we're going to work in that 3 chain space, we're going to chain 3 first and then concentrate on that 3 chain space, and we're going to work double crochet, chain 1 and another double crochet. And now what we're going to do is work chain 1, and we're gonna skip the next double crochet and work in that 1 chain space. So we're gonna place double crochet in that 1 chain space, chain 1, skip the next double crochet and work double crochet in the next 1 chain space, then chain 1 and work the last double crochet into the top of that double crochet there, like this, okay. And now we're gonna chain 3, so it's 1, 2, 3, skip that 5 chain space and concentrate on this V-stitch that we created, and I'm gonna work 1 single crochet into that V-stitch, okay, and again chain 3, and that brings us onto this middle ripple repeat here in the middle, okay, and we're going to repeat what we did at the beginning for the half repeat. So we're going to skip the next 5 chain space and concentrate on this first double crochet. So I'm going to work double crochet into the top of the first double crochet, then we're going to chain 1, 1 double crochet into the next 1 chain space, chain 1, skip the next double crochet and work double crochet into the next 1 chain space, then chain 1, skip the double crochet, and that brings us onto that 3 chain space in the middle, and we're going to work double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, okay. Now to reach the peak we're going to chain 3. And now basically we're going to repeat what we just did, but on the other side of that ripple. So what we're going to do is still working into that 3 chain space, that's double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1. Now skip the next double crochet and work double crochet in that 1 chain space, chain 1, skip the double crochet and work in the next 1 chain space. Now chain 1 and 1 double crochet into the top of that next double crochet, okay. So this is where we are at the moment, and once we go over that ripple there, we're just gonna mirror the beginning, okay. So I'm gonna now chain 3, skip the 5 chain space and concentrate on this V-stitch and work 1 single crochet into the V-stitch, then chain 3, and to mirror the other side I'm going to start with double crochet into the top of that next double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the next 1 chain space, chain 1, skip the double crochet and double crochet into the next 1 chain space, chain 1, skip the double crochet there, which brings us onto that 3 chain space at the end, and I'm going to do double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Now we're going to chain 3, and for the end of the row we're going to work 1 double crochet into each of the next 4 trebles to finish off the row. And there we go. So the pattern is starting to emerge, as you can see. Okay, as I said, it will need blocking out for the pattern to kind of appear really nicely. So you'll be stretching the peaks. So this is after row 4, and last row is row number 5, and that will complete the repeat that we will need to do for the ripple to work up. Okay, so let's turn our work and again start with a standing treble crochet, and 1 treble crochet in each of the next 3. Like this. That brings us onto that 3 chain space, and again we're going to chain 3 and work double crochet, chain 1 and double crochet into that 3 chain space. Okay, like this. And then what we're going to do is chain 1 and work into the next 1 chain space all the way across. So chain 1, skip the double crochet into the 1 chain space, chain 1, skip the double crochet into the 1 chain space, all the way across that ripple. Okay, like this. So here we are. And now to get across, get over to the ripple in the middle, we're going to simply chain 5 and we're going to skip the 3 chain space, the single crochet and the other 3 chain space, and just simply start working into the next 1 chain space. So chain 5, as I said, skip the 3 chain space, skip the single crochet and the other 3 chain space and the first double crochet, because we're going to be working into those 1 chain spaces. So that's double crochet into that first 1 chain space, chain 1 into the next one, chain 1 into the next one, and chain 1 and into the last 1 chain space. Now that brings us onto that 3 chain space at the top. So chain 1 and work double crochet, chain 1 and double crochet. To turn the peak, we're going to chain 3 and now basically mirror the first side. So that's double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and now work across these 1 chain spaces. So that's chain 1, double crochet in the next 1 chain space, chain 1 into the next one, chain 1 into the next one, and chain 1 and into the last one. So this is where we are at the moment. Okay, so we've gone over that motif, and now, as I said, we're just going to mirror the first side. So we're going to chain 5, skip the 3 chain space, single crochet, 3 chain space and a double crochet, and we're going to work into that first 1 chain space, chain 1, chain 1 and double crochet into the next, chain 1 and double crochet into the last, which brings us onto that 3 chain space again. So we're going to chain 1 and work double crochet, chain 1 and double crochet into that 3 chain space, then chain 3 and again work 1 treble crochet to end. So that's first, second and third, and here we go, the last one. There we go. So this is the start of the stitch pattern. As you can see, it will need blocking out. It will look much neater once you block it out or once you work up a little bit more rows. Okay, and now to move on with the stitch pattern repeat, we have already worked the repeat, so it's gonna be row 3, 4, and 5, okay? But I'm gonna go back to row 3 and just walk you through row 3 one more time, because obviously now we're not going to be working into a straight row, we're going to be starting a new stitch pattern repeat. So let's go ahead and start the next one. So I turn my work, and to start the next row, which is going to be repeat of row number 3, we're going to start with standing treble again, like this. And again, treble crochet into next, treble crochet into next, and treble crochet in the last of the 4. Okay, so that's 4 treble crochets there. That brings us onto the 3 chain space again. So we're going to chain 3, and again work double crochet into that 3 chain space, chain 1, and another double crochet into that 3 chain space. Okay, like this. Now we're going to chain 1 and work 1 double crochet into the top of the next double crochet there. Okay, like this. Then we're going to go ahead and chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to skip all these 1 chain spaces and double crochets, and we're going to concentrate on this 5 chain space in between, and we're going to find the 1, 2, 3rd chain of that 5 chain space, and we're going to work our V stitch into that middle chain. Okay, so that's double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet, and we're going to chain 5 like this, and then we're going to skip all these double crochet and 1 chain spaces until we come to the last double crochet before the 3 chain space there in the middle, and we're going to work double crochet, chain 1. That brings us onto that 3 chain space, and again is double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Now we're going to chain 3 to turn the peak and basically mirror the other side. So that's double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet still in that 3 chain space. Okay, and we're going to chain 1 and work double crochet into the top of that next double crochet. Again, chain 5 and skip all these double crochets and 1 chain spaces, and again concentrate on this 5 chain space in between. Skip the first 2 chains and into the 3rd chain work your V stitch. So that's double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet. Again chain 5, and again skip all these double crochets until the one before that 3 chain space. Okay, so this one up here, and we're gonna work 1 double crochet, chain 1, and then into the 3 chain space, double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet, then chain 3. And that brings us onto these treble crochet stitches, and again it's 1 treble into each stitch to the end. Like this. Okay, and this completes our repeat. okay? Because we now set up another row. So that was row number 3, but obviously the very first row number 3 was slightly different because we just worked across the basic row of single crochets and the 6 chain space there. So now we repeated row number 3 again, but I showed you where to place those stitches, where those stitches are gonna sit. So all that's left to do now is work rows 3, 4 and 5, or in this case I would say 4, 5 and 6. That's your repeat. Because the original row number 3, although the stitches are the same, we were placing them at different stitches because the row before was different. So what your repeat is now is gonna be rows 4, 5 and 6, okay? That's your repeat. So go ahead and work up as many rows 4, 5 and 6 repeats as you need for the gauge swatch to be able to measure your gauge. And for your beach cover up, as I said, look up the starting chain of your beach cover up for your chosen size, or if you are adjusting your beach cover up to suit you, or if you turn it into a shawl, into a wrap, but just using a stitch pattern, by all means do that. The repeat is multiples of 15 plus 7, okay? So chain as many 15s as you need. So the 15 is gonna be this middle repeat here. That's gonna be your 15 there, okay? 15 stitches. So chain as many 15s as you need for the width of your beach cover up or your shawl or whatever you're making, and then add 7 to it, okay? Because we need 3 stitches on either side to create this kind of a border, okay? You can see that we're creating the border of your beach cover up here as we go. And the 1 extra chain will be to accommodate for the first standing double crochet, where we chain the extra one and then tighten it down. So you basically start working into the second chain from the hook, okay? So multiples of 15 plus 7, and then carry on repeating rows 4, 5 and 6 for the stitch pattern repeat, and work up your fabric. And once we're done with the fabric, I'm going to show you guys how to turn it into a beach cover up. And now what I'm going to show you is how to completely finish off your beach cover up. So let's pretend that we worked up as many rows as we need to. You will finish the very last repeat on row 5, okay? So this is row 5 where we just worked the 5 chain space between the ripple stitches. And now what I'm going to show you is how to just finish off the very last row. It's going to be a bit more of a solid row to finish off the edge and give it a nice ripple look. So let's go ahead and pop our loop onto the hook, and we're gonna again start with a standing treble, okay? We've got the treble going there. So standing treble in the first stitch, and treble crochet into every of the next 3 stitches again, just as we did in the established pattern, like this. That brings us onto again that 3 chain space. So we're going to chain 3 and then work double crochet, chain 1 and double crochet into that 3 chain space, okay, like this. And now basically what I'm gonna do is chain 1, skip the double crochet and work double crochet into that 1 chain space all the way across until the last one, okay? So chain 1 and double crochet into that 1 chain spaces until we get to the last one, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to get across that 5 chain space that is waiting for us. So here we go, that's my last double crochet here, okay? So as you can see, I've in the established pattern really just gone down the 1 chain spaces and worked 1 double crochet, chain 1 in these 1 chain spaces. Now what we need to do is get across this 5 chain space that is in front of us, and what we're gonna do is work double crochet 3 together, and we're going to work together the last double crochet of this repeat, the middle chain stitch of this chain 5 space, and this very first double crochet of that next ripple repeat. Okay, so that's where we're gonna place the double crochet 3 together. So let's go ahead and chain 1. Now yarn over, insert your hook into the last double crochet there, yarn over, pull through, then yarn over, pull through 2, and this is where I'm going to stop with the stitch. Then we're going to skip 2 chain stitches and concentrate on the chain stitch in the middle, and again I'm going to yarn over, insert into that middle chain stitch and pull through, then yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, and now again yarn over, skip the remaining 2 chains, and I'm going to concentrate on this double crochet here. So I'm going to insert into the top, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and now I've got these 4 loops on my hook, so I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 4 loops on my hook, and again chain 1. And now we are on to the other ripple repeat, and what we're going to do is just work 1 double crochet into the 1 chain spaces separated by 1 chains again. Okay, so double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, all the way up to the top of the peak. When we reach the 3 chain space, and again in that 3 chain space we're gonna work double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and to get across the peak I'm gonna chain 3 again and work the same on the way down from the peak. So that's double crochet, chain 1 and double crochet into that 3 chain space at the top. And then again working down the other side of the ripple is chain 1 and double crochet into that 1 chain space all the way across until we reach the very last double crochet, like this. And again what we're gonna work is double crochet the 3 stitches together again. So to show you one more time, we are gonna double crochet together the last double crochet here, the middle chain stitch on there, and this double crochet on the other repeat. So let's go ahead and do that again. So chain 1, yarn over, insert your hook into the top of that last double crochet, yarn over, pull through, and I'm going to yarn over, pull through 2 loops and leave the last loop on my hook. Then we're going to skip 2 chains and work into the next one. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. I've got 3 loops on my hook. And the last one is yarn over and into the top of the next double crochet, insert, yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Now I've got 4 loops on my hook, so yarn over and pull through all 4 loops on my hook, then chain 1, and now we're back to our chain spaces, and again is double crochet into the 1 chain space separated by chain 1 until we reach the 3 chain space, and again into that 3 chain space we're gonna work double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and again chain 3. And what we're gonna do on this other side is mirror the beginning of the row and do treble crochet into each stitch across like this. And here we go. And that's the very last row of that beach cover up finished. And as you can see, by working across those 5 chain spaces with that double crochet 3 together, we just kind of created a more solid row for the very last row of your beach cover up. Okay, so that's the very last row. All that's left to do now is fasten off here, and then I'm going to show you how to move on and how to work across this top edge to turn it into a beach cover up. And now, as you can see, I have finished the fabric for my beach cover up. So this is the last row, all done and finished. Now what we're gonna do is go all the way up, and we're gonna go back to the first row that we started with, because we are gonna build onto this row ever so slightly, and we're also going to create ties on both sides, so you'll be able to tie the beach cover up around your waist, around your chest, or around your shoulders. It's completely up to you how you want to wear your beach cover up. Okay, so as you can see, this is the first row that we started with, and what we're going to do now is that we're going to be working on the underside of the foundation chain, as well as extending the row on both sides, on both edges of the last row, to create ties that we're able to tie the beach cover up around our bodies. So what we're gonna do is find the very first stitch, the edge stitch there, and I'm gonna look at the bottom of that stitch, and we're gonna find the chain stitch that this stitch is coming out of. So that's about there. And I'm gonna grab my yarn and join it in like this. Okay. And before we start working across the underside of the foundation chain, what we need to do is chain some stitches, chain stitches, to extend the row. Okay, so if I start chaining, and then you'll get the idea of what we're gonna do. So just start chaining as many chain stitches as you want to, so you create ties that are gonna be long enough to go around your waist, to tie it around your chest or around your shoulders. That's totally up to you. So I'm probably gonna go by a measurement rather than by any particular number of chain stitches. And here we have a chain of 50. So I ended up doing 50 chain stitches. I feel that this is a great length to have as a tie for your beach cover up, because you can tie it into a nice bow or whatever you want to do. So now all that's left to do is work back across this foundation chain that we have just created, and then we're going to work across the underside of the foundation chain of that first row of our beach cover up. So I chained 50, and I'm going to chain one more and tighten it down a little bit like this, because I'm going to start with the standing double crochet. So that's extend your loop, go round, insert it into the chain stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's our standing double crochet finished. And then, as I said, it's just one double crochet into each chain across, and as you can see, I'm gonna go and work through the back bumps of the foundation chain, which could be a little bit tricky sometimes, depends how much patience you've got. It does look much neater if you do go through the back bumps. And as you can see, I'm just placing one double crochet into each chain stitch across. So not complicated at all. Just go ahead and work across the foundation chain you have just created, and I'll meet you back in just a sec. As you can see, I worked all the way across my foundation chain, which brings me onto the stitch where we joined our yarn. So I'm gonna go and work a double crochet into that same stitch where we joined in, and then it's just a matter of fact of going through the underside of that foundation chain, placing one double crochet into each chain stitch all the way across to the other side of our beach cover up. So as many stitches as we started with, we're now going to work across the foundation chain, and then when we get to the other side, we're going to extend the other side again by 50 stitches to match the first tie that we already made. Okay, so this is how it's gonna go after that. So I'm gonna work across the whole underside of the foundation chain of the first row. Okay, so all the way across, and then when we get to the other side, I'm going to show you how to extend on the other side to create the second tie, so we can turn this rectangle piece of fabric into a beach cover up. And here we go, I worked all the way across the underside of the foundation chain on the first row, and all that's left to do now is create the second tie on the other side of the beach cover up. What we're going to do is use foundation double crochet stitches to now work 50 additional stitches on this side to create a second tie. So to work the foundation double crochet, I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to insert my hook into the last chain on the foundation chain, yarn over and pull through. Now I've got 3 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over, pull through 1. Okay, so this creates the next chain for the next stitch, and then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, and now as you can see, if you look at the bottom of that stitch, we're creating the chain stitches there. Okay, so this is the chain stitch we're gonna insert through and work the next foundation double crochet. So yarn over, insert under both loops of that chain, yarn over, pull through. I've got 3 loops on a hook, so then yarn over, pull through 1, and this pull through 1 is the foundation, is the chain that we're going to be working through the next stitch. Yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay, again yarn over, and if you look on the underside, these are the 2 loops we're gonna insert under, right there. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 1 as the chain 1, and then pull through 2, pull through 2 as to finish the double crochet stitches. Okay, so if I just tidy them up down a little bit like this, there we go. So if you look on the underside of those foundation stitches, you can see we are creating like chains which mimic the foundation chain, and then from the top is just a standard looking double crochet, hence why they're called foundation double crochets, because you're working on a foundation chain and the double crochet stitch at the same time. Okay, so all that's left to do now is work up 50 of them, or however many you chained on the other side for the other tie. Make sure you've got equal number on both sides, and that way you'll have equal ties on both sides of your beach cover up. Okay, so that's what we're creating on the other side. Here we go, we're extending the last row by 50 double crochets out into this side, and that's going to create the ties on our beach cover up. So I'm going to go ahead and work up 50 of them all together. And then there is one more row we're gonna do, and that's slip stitch across all these stitches, because as you can see, the double crochet stitches are very stretchy, and the more we're going to use the beach cover up, the more they're going to kind of stretch out of proportion. So what I find that helps with to counteract this are slip stitches. So that's going to be the last step. And here is the other tie created. So that's 50 foundation double crochets on this side. And now all that's left to do is if you wanted to make this a bit wider, by all means you can run another row of double crochet stitches all the way across, but I'm gonna keep these ties as they are because I don't want them too thick or too chunky. But if that's what you would prefer, then by all means you can do another row all the way across the very last row. Okay, I'm gonna just finish off with a row of slip stitches. So I'm gonna turn my work again, okay, and I'm gonna start working down the second tie that I created. So I'm just going to chain one, and I'm going to just slip stitch through. Now this is completely optional, completely up to you if you want to do this. I just find that with a lot of wear, lacy fabrics like this, or fabrics in general in crochet, sometimes they can really stretch out of proportion. So this is just a precaution to run a row of slip stitches. As you can see, this is not to pull the fabric in. I don't want to pull it in. I just want it to stop from stretching completely out of proportion. Okay, so this is an optional step, but one I don't skip on fabrics like this in places that are gonna get a lot of kind of wear, a lot of stretch, a lot of use, because they can really then start looking pretty tired pretty quick. So just a row of slip stitches. As you can see, I'm not doing them tight either. I'm just making them nice and loose all the way across. And I will meet you back at the end of the row when the beach cover up is going to be officially finished with all the ties done, and this reinforcing row of slip stitches as well. So I'll meet you back shortly. And that's it, your gorgeous lace beach cover up is ready to wear. I hope you had as much fun making this as I did teaching it. If you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more crochet projects and tips. And if you do make your own cover up, I'd love to see it. Tag me on Instagram as Blue Star Crochet. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time.